They say it's Brooklyn. I don't care where you go. You can say Manhattan in the house. They say it's Brooklyn in the house. So yo, peace out to Brooklyn.
Bit off. But I think it'll work. So we got Trump out of office. We got Biden in office. So we started getting checks. Actually, I think I got a $600 check from when Trump was still in office, like in the beginning of January, which I was shocked. I didn't plan on getting it. I got the second one from Biden, which I was planning on getting it since I got the first one. The one that came back in the early year of 2020, the $1,200 one, they never gave it to me. Instead, they sent me a letter telling me I was approved for it, but they never gave it to me. They just sent me a letter saying, "This is what's up, and we're gonna keep this. We're gonna rock this," which is it is what it is. I had no problem, you know what I'm saying, because I wasn't expecting it. So when it didn't show up, it was like no love lost. You know what I'm saying? It was no love lost. Real talk. It was just it is what it is. But for the most part, I wanted to talk more about that stimulus kind of stuff. And, I see the pandemic is supposed to be, it's starting to slow down a little bit. So they're starting to open up a lot more places and stuff like that. I think a lot more still need to be done as far as helping people out because everybody took such a hard hit. So many businesses and companies took such a hard hit, and so many people got laid off. A lot of people couldn't travel, especially places where where traveling was more crowded than anything else. It's like say New York City, where they had a heavy subway system, Chicago, heavy subway system, and I think they was kind of killing each other in Chicago for a little spot there, a little spell there, like back to back. It was a little crazy out there. So, whenever y'all want to talk about something, y'all can just drop it down into the comment section. If you want to holler at me about something, feel free. Find out the answer, I'll give you the answer. If I don't know the answer, somebody else might be on here that we can get the answer, and we'll just keep it boogieing like that. I have no problems with that. For the most part, like I said, a lot of people took a heavy hit from the pandemic and stuff like that. Like I said, traveling was hard. And if you lived in a place in New York City where the transit system is basically the bones of the place, people still have cars, but mostly people that work, especially if they work around Manhattan and downtown Brooklyn and downtown areas, downtown Queens and certain areas of the Bronx, subway system is your best bet. And with a pandemic, you just can't have everybody built up in that crowded system. It's just not going to work. So what you try to do is, well, what people was doing, it just wasn't going, and then, masks wasn't a real big thing out there. It wasn't a real big thing out there. So at that time, it became it. But I noticed that, okay, they saying now a lot of Asian people are getting, targeted for this virus epidemic, but people going to target people for anything. But I know when it first started, I was seeing a lot of Asian, people out in the city with masks on. And I'm like, why they got these masks on? I ain't had no mask on. I ain't know nothing about no damn, virus that was going around at that rate. Because I used to do some traveling, a lot of traveling back then, before the pandemic, way before it, on the local China bus that you leave from Canal Street down in Lower Manhattan. I would take it certain places like up to Buffalo, New York, back and forth, in different places. I would use that China bus. It was quick, it was efficient, and the price was like mad cool. I get the back seat, I have my little drink and whatever. I take up the back. Before I know it, I put my headset on, I got my whatever I need, and right before I know it, I'm where I'm supposed to be. So, I never had a problem with Asian people and stuff like that. I still don't. But I'm saying all that stuff that's going on with that has nothing to do with them. People gonna hate because that's what people do. People hate. That's just what they do, and there's nothing you can really do too much about that. But what you try to do is you move past it. And right now, that's what we need to do all throughout this country. And it's not just this country, global, because the pandemic went all over the world. It went to Africa, it went to Europe, it went to Italy. It teared up a whole bunch of places. Yeah, it's time for some healing. And everybody was really just point blaming, especially people in this country. Yeah, everybody point blaming this country is it's kind of crazy. So you don't know what's really everybody wants to do the blame game, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like as the pandemic started to come to life, we started finding out more about it and stuff like that. We was ill prepared for it. That's all it was. We was ill prepared for it. We had people who in higher places who just didn't do anything about it. And I was saddened and sickened by the visions of me seeing a lot of New Yorkers, especially throughout the borough where I'm from, Brooklyn, New York. They had trailers outside, and they were basically loading dead bodies to them damn on trailers. It freaking broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's terrifying and it's heartbreaking all at the same time. Terrifying and very much heartbreaking. But like I said, hopefully we're getting past that, and the more we get past that, the better off we should be. Hopefully we'll be um moving right along. Like I said, now we at the point where they doing all this stimulus stuff, and it's curious to see what is available. And I want to know what's available too. $1,400 thing was good. Of course, that was a good thing. But they gotta do more, because the honest thing is, you pay a couple of bills, that money's gone. Same with the $600 thing. I don't even know if you was able, you buy food for the month. Sometime that might be just adjusted that. If you got a car, you need gas and or metro cards and bus passes and that stuff comes into play. So it's a crazy deal, and it's a crazy situation that we all went through. And see, Americans is tough. We tough, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people got sick because a lot of people wanted to be ignorant to it. They didn't want to heed to it, even when it became what was known to be what it is, like it was a real serious situation. Nobody wanted to take it serious. So, and still got people saying they're not going to wear a mask. They don't care what you do, what you say. They're not going to wear a mask. Now, 9 times 10 when I go out, I'm by myself. Or when I say by myself, I'm by myself. I'm with my family. People that I be with. I'm not just all over the place. But I do carry a mask, because the walk inside an establishment, my mask is on. Whether it's Walmart, corner grocery stores, you name it. You name it. I don't go in nowhere without no mask. A gas station, I put my mask on. And I can use my card outside, but sometimes I go inside and use the register and just tell them what pump I'm using. Depends on what time of day or night. Sometime at night, they won't, the machines are not working. They want you to come inside in certain places. And I know when I was in Orlando, Florida, I did it a lot, with Wawa. We don't have Wawas out here in New York. But in Orlando, Florida, Wawa's pretty big out there. It's a gas station slash store, which they make some awesome sandwiches there. So if you ever go, wow, it's pretty big out there. It's a gas station slash store, which they make some awesome sandwiches there. So if you ever go through there, the people that the people that know about Wawa, where they at. So that late night stuff, especially I was a late night dude, not so much with whether it be dance clubs, strip clubs, whatever. They get out of them things 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. They hit Wawa up. It's not. I don't know why it's saying that it was unstable. I think they worked it all out. Yeah. So that's I just do little stuff, say little stuff like that. So if you want to say something, you can just put the comment in. If you just want to say hi or say what's up, be my guest. You can tell me what state you from. You ain't got to give me your, I don't want your address. City and state is good enough for me. Which areas that you occupy, and what's the weather and what's going on out there. How y'all doing with the pandemic? Is it really slowing down? Did the stimulus that they sent out, did it really help did you get it? Because a lot of people are still saying they haven't gotten it, but I think it's more the people that do Social Security and certain disability. They get their checks in the middle still, and they're still going through it. But I think a lot of people who was getting it fast track, who already had their card set up where they had direct deposits and all that stuff, I think they already got their deal. So that's what's up. All right, so I like to talk about regular stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up this platform for regular stuff, and I'm always gonna talk about the things I write. I got one book here that's actually you can find on Amazon. It's by me. That's my name, HoeZee. That's me on the back of the book right there, and it's on Amazon. Now, Amazon is a little expensive, so I say get it from Traffic because I self-published it. But I self-published it through Traffic, and as well, and they send it to you direct. Uh, I'm also going to set up, some kind of system where I can set up my web page where I do my web page, and I'm gonna have it a lot cheaper than everybody else. Indigo. So this is one of my books. It's a chapter book. I'm always because in this book there's about 6 different stories, short stories, and they're all good stories. Well, I wrote it, so of course I'm gonna say they're good stories. But they checked it out, said, "Yo, it's a real good book. It's an entertaining book. I'm saying this is for entertainment. It has some serious topics, and I would like, yeah, if you ever see me on this, on it was cool. I think you could have did another way, and we could chop it up and talk about it. Have no problem. So that's one book. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one book. Like I said, you can always get that book. Like I said, it's called Inner City Didn't Lose. My name is HoeZee. And that book is actually on sale now. So you can always chop it up with this book. You can find this online on Amazon. I say get it from Trafford or Amazon, and you'll get it a lot faster. You'll get it, they'll mail it to you. All the kid from the city, that's me on the book. You see, that's my name, Hose there. Everything I knew got my name HoeZee on it. So, so you can check that book out as well. Yeah, so this is another book I got out. It's called A Kid from the City. Now this one is a little harder because it's not found online as yet. Because I want to put this book out, but it's written up, printed up, and I just have to have it set up because I didn't go through a regular agency, a regular man like I did with this book. So basically, I have to run this through the same Vantage Press to get the same thing all because I do have it copyrighted through the Congress out in DC. So I have all the necessary things to put it out there. It's just getting the copies made up and all this other stuff. That's a little bit on the Brooklyn stories because when I kind of wrote it, I was, still back in the Brooklyn days and stuff, running the streets like that. But it's not that harsh. I think it's a good read. But like I said, you have to check it out yourself and see what you about and say, yo, what was what? You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. That's these two. This is my third book, Ghetto Episodes. That's my name, HoeZee, right there. I haven't put myself on the book. I actually took the pictures for the covers. This book I just printed up. I didn't make it through Vantage Press as well. So it's another one I have to put up through Vantage Press if I want it done. But then, like I said, when you go to the copyright place out in DC, I actually went to DC because I was going through there to get down to it. Told me, and they instead of giving me one copyright, they gave me 10. So that was cool, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to write out up to 10 books, and I have copyright numbers for all 10 of them. And for each one, they gave you 10. They gave you a 10 instead of just giving you one copyright thing. And Library of Congress and all that stuff in DC. So there's another book, Ghetto Episodes by HoeZee by me. Um, I'm going to put this out soon. Now I have another one, but I haven't printed up the copies. I haven't even started with the copies. Or haven't started with the covers as yet. Once I start with the covers, then I can start with the printing and everything else. But we're still in the process of making up the covers, and that's called that Forever thing. When you see that, well, when you see any three of these, which that third, which the fourth one is coming out as well. You see these, you know it's me, and you can, I would like you to bag them, and and give me your feedback on how you like them. Some people are average, some people are not, but it's all. Anything else you want to hit up, you can chop it up as well. I'll be here, to say let's chop. So I'm just gonna put that down there. It is. Yeah. I don't know why I'm looking at it because I know I wrote it. So I just put up the name of that one, so you have the name of that book as well. So that's my three books so far, and like I said, I have a fourth one in the making, all by HoeZee. The only one I didn't put my picture on was this one as well, but I have two actors. Matter of fact, three that helped me make up the covers for that book. So when we start to talk about it, I'll explain who the people are who helped me, help me portray the imagery that I wanted for the cover of the book. Pictures wasn't that professional because I did quite a while back, and my camera skills wasn't that great. I picked up on it a little bit better nowadays, but back then it wasn't all that thing. So it is what it is. It was what it was. But yeah. So basically, all I'm saying is that my name is HoeZee. Checking that whole live. I hope you're having a great, great, great weekend, a great night. I want you to be safe out there. You know what I'm saying? Try to stay as clear from the pandemic as you can, meaning mask up if you got to go out. And if you don't got to go out, stay away, So I know a lot of people want to get back into the clubs and all that other stuff. I can dig it. But that might not be one place where you want to be right now. You can give it another couple of months and it should be a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to say a couple more months when it's been damn near a year now, you know what I'm saying? So I know that part. I know it's rough, but it is what it is. So, like I said, if you just want to hit me up, you can always hit me up through my email, which is zbooks@aol.com. I'll write that out so you have that. And you can always hit me up on my YouTube page and leave a comment there. I'll get it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. That's my email address. So you can always email me there. And you can always hit me up on my Twitter account, which is HoeZee 721, something like that. That's my Twitter. I got a Tumblr account. I have Facebook account. You can always hit me up, HoeZee, on Facebook, and I have that account. I have a Pinterest, but I don't know nobody use it. I got a LinkedIn, which I use for something totally different, but it got a LinkedIn account. And you want, I think a lot of more business people, more business oriented on that LinkedIn site I use. But yeah, I do use, but I don't be on Face that much. But if you do go on Face and send me any kind of message or anything, I'll get it. Actually, I'll get it. It'll come to my email, it'll come to my computer, it'll come to my phone. Same with my Twitter, and it comes to my phone. Mostly on my accounts, it'll say it comes to my whatever, and I'll reply to you. If you want to know exactly more about the books and where you can buy them, I can give you that information and stuff like that as well. And that's basically all I want to say for now in reference to these books, But I can tell you what inspired me to take them, to make them, to have them done up. And like I said, I self-copied all of them. I didn't go through no publishing. Well, the publishing company I went to was a Vantage Press, so it's not like a publishing company because they didn't pay me. I paid them, so I basically own the rights to all of this, to everything that I wrote. Whereas if I went to a publishing company, it would be nice because they'll take on all the work. They'll take on all the lead work and all all of it, the covers, everything else. They'll probably give me some type of check, say, look, we're going to take over. But at the end of the day, they would actually own the rights. I wouldn't own none of it. I would have a skin in it, but I won't have no ownership in it. And I think ownership is more bigger than anything else in the game. That you got to figure for that. But that's with me and my books, like I said. So that's the first three, and then I have another one on its way. We just in the midst of making the covers for it. So once we get the covers and everything together, we should have no issue. We should have no problem. It should be, and we're gonna try to put all four of them out. Well, one is out. This one is already out, but I want to re-put it with these. But this is, when you learn more about this book, you'll see it's been out, and then I want to put these ones out too as well. I didn't procrastinate. A lot of stuff started coming in the way because I had a lot of other projects, not just book stuff. I had major projects, and I was trying to get everything out as much as I possibly could. So that's what I was doing. And in the midst of all that, of course, things get lost in the shuffle. And you try to put a lot of stuff out, and you're working on several different contents, whether it be books, TV shows, because we did a lot of interview shows for certain entertainers and stuff like that. So if you go to my YouTube page, '06, yeah, that's my YouTube page. Well, you'll see it if you see it up here, and you can see all the ones or some of the interviews I've done in the past and stuff like that, and some of the future stuff. I don't know if we actually downloaded a lot of the new stuff, but this is mainly the stuff I'm going to put out now. I'm going back to books, but I'm not leaving it to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this is a major part of what I want to be dealt with at this time. So somehow, some way, we're gonna go through all that stuff and try to make it happen. And that's what's up. I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Shoot, I'll be here tomorrow, so I hope you be here tomorrow. And we're gonna start right from the top again. We're gonna take it from the top. We'll talk a little bit more in depth about my books, because I'm always gonna have a little segment in it about these books and the new books the new one that's coming out, and everything else that's coming out. And then we'll talk about, I like to I like to talk about events. I like to keep up with current events, and I like people who like to keep up with current events as well, because at this point in time, it is very important to keep up with current events. And we get up here, we chop it up, and everybody, I want to get their opinion, and I can throw in my 2 cents, but hey, I like to know what everybody else is thinking and see if they're on this, what we all on. And even if we are not on the same page, we can always get there. You know what I'm saying? We can always get there. And I kind of like that. So we're going to start to get together and start promoting that stuff as well. So when we get to where we're trying to get to, as far as this page is concerned, this live stream is concerned, it's going to turn into our podcast on a later date on the side, once we get everything up and running. But like I said, I'm not new, but our stream is new. There's a difference. There's a difference. I'm not new, but the stream is new, so we got to reintroduce the screen, and so that's what's up. So allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is HoeZee, and you just checked into HoeZee Live, and I appreciate you coming through. And I want to say God bless, stay up, baby, and have an awesome evening. You heard? Now that's what's up. Peace.